voice sounds in her head. Don't break the spell. It leaves her puzzled, intrigued. Are the fae folk Eleanor so often speaks of the source of these visions? Or do they come from someplace else? The girl has plied herself with many cups of dream tea, offered countless trinkets made of mother of pearl and colored glass in order to persuade the fickle creatures to bring her answers, all to no avail. How long must I continue the chase? At least now, if the humble chestnut is to be believed, she knows she's destined to meet the stranger in the flesh, even if I don't know the how or why of it. Picking the chestnut from the pan, she deftly peels the shell from the meat. It's piping hot, but she's not concerned with getting burned. She's thinking instead of the stranger, of how soon she can go to sleep and find him in her dreams. Holding the fleshy heart of the nut in the palm of her hand until it cools, she offers it to Perdue. "Who's a good bird?" the raven coos before snatching the treat in his beak. What if yes or no isn't enough? Eleanor asks. She wants Beatrice to perform another divination. Maybe then she'll be able to figure out what's on the girl's mind. If you need to choose between different situations, Beatrice replies, you must name each chestnut according to your choices, then kiss them for luck before putting them into the fire. The order in which they burst is either the order in which you must address the issues or the way in which things will ultimately come to pass. Situations or suitors, Adelaide teases. She's noticed Beatrice growing more preoccupied by the day, moving about like a sleepwalker, twirling her hair with absent-minded vigor. She's convinced the girl is having a secret affair. She knows the blush of lust when she sees it. Good for her, she thinks. If only Eleanor would stop worrying and leave Beatrice to it. Attempting to save the girl from further scrutiny, Adelaide takes 3 chestnuts from the bowl and deftly cuts an X into each one. Then touching the knife to them one by one, she proclaims, "I dub thee rum, brandy, and schnapps." Her own beloved Dr. Brodie is away until the new year, leading a delegation from the Unknown Philosopher's Society at a conference on psychical research. When he comes home, he'll be expecting her answer to the weighty question he'd asked before he left. Will you marry me? Puckering her lips, Adelaide delivers a kiss to each nut before placing them in the pan. She'd much rather play with what she should drink tonight than think on yes, no, or maybe. Beatrice offers the bowl of fresh chestnuts to Eleanor. Would you like to give it a try? It's a silly old tradition, but it's fun. She doesn't expect the wise hedge witch to take her aunt's lowly form of divination seriously, especially not when Eleanor comes from such a storied lineage of natural magic, and she herself from none. Roasting chestnuts is certainly no match for Eleanor's tea leaf readings or Adelaide's tarot cards, but the 3 women have made a pact to take a break from their duties and their clients during the holidays, even putting a sign in the window of their tea shop, the Hermitage, that reads, "Closed until the new year." Eleanor, as usual, is having difficulty finding her way to lightheartedness. "Every superstition contains truth," she responds. "The trick is in finding it." Setting the bowl on the table, Beatrice leaves the choice to her mentor. She knows better than to cajole her. A derisive scoffing noise from behind them startles the women. None of the witches had seen Dr. Brodie's housekeeper, Mrs. Stutt, settle in a nearby chair with her knitting. "Gesundheit, Mrs. Stutt," Adelaide says, then adds sharply, "Don't you ever take a night off?" Stowing her knitting in a basket, the elderly woman gets up out of her chair and glares at Adelaide as she leaves the room. "Why must you be so rude to her?" Eleanor whispers to Adelaide. The eldest witch was far more inclined to be sympathetic towards Mrs. Stutt than her sword-tongued friend. The housekeeper had experienced quite a shock when her longtime employer, Dr. Brodie, had welcomed the 3 witches into his home the previous year. Mrs. Stutt had tended to every scrape, bruise, and nightmare he'd had as a boy, and her instinct to protect him